Hello, good evening. We all right? So someone told me the other day that I kind of look like a crackhead transgender version of Tilda Swinton. My ex would be so true. No, the first thing I sort of want to let you all know is that I'm pansexual, and what that basically means is I'm a level above the bisexuals when it comes to not being fussy. Whenever I go clubbing, there is a 0 chance I'm going home alone. Also, don't leave me in a room with a bottle of tequila and a Dyson. Things will happen. Well, on a side note to that, I've been single for about 7 or 8 months, and my last breakup, it was amicable. But unfortunately, she suffered with something that most of us suffer with from today, which is veganism. Got any vegans in today? Give me a cheer. No, exactly. Not as popular as she said. But she was what I like to call a tier 2 vegan, because in my eyes, there's quite a few tiers. Tier 1 is sort of, they idle about their day, not bothering anyone, and the only time they ever say anything is when you ask them for dietary requirements or when you're going out for a meal. Tier 2 is a slightly more annoying. It's more, they try to preach to you, make the snidey little remarks like, oh, you wouldn't eat meat if you had to kill it yourself. You wouldn't go to fucking Mexico and go get a fucking avocado. You know, what if they started putting the fucking names and photos of animal on the meat? Start looking for your own name, like when they did with the Coke bottles. Or, find someone I don't really like, remove the animal name, post it in some inconspicuous packaging. Just watch the game. And then obviously you've got tier 3, which are the absolute tyrant of vegans, which is why we all fucking hate them, which are the ones that go to Facebook and they preach and they bitch and they moan. You know, they just keep going on about, meat is murder. They're the ones that go into McDonald's and host their non-violent protests. And I remember once, a few months into the relationship, we was watching Walking Dead, and she said one of the most stupid things I think I've ever heard. She was watching it and she goes, "This is factually inaccurate. If this was actually to happen, they'd all be vegans." Firstly, there's nothing factual about The Walking Dead. And secondly, I don't think I've watched this thing about 4 or 5 times all the way through because I'm sad. But also, the amount of times I've watched it, I've never once seen them scavenging or searching for kale, tofu, or Beyond Meat. And I'm not going to lie, you can be a vegan all your life. But if you do ever come back as one of them, I don't think you're going to come back searching for that sort of stuff. You're going to be a red-blooded, carnivore. However, I would like to argue, on the funny side of that, it would be quite funny in that sense if they did come back with pre-existing medical conditions. Not anything serious, sort of just like narcolepsy. So, got a zombie coming after you. You think, oh shit, I'm fucked here. And all of a sudden just, okay, I'm fucking fine. See you later. Get a couple of them that have anxiety more than you outnumber them next to you. They go, nope. And the best one, which would probably be me if I ever turned, which would be ADHD. I'll probably end up chasing you down, and then I'll end up probably seeing a squirrel run up a tree and get entertained by that for the next 2 fucking hours. I've been Mars Car.